Red velvet. It's one of the world's most popular flavours, certainly here at Crumbs and Doilies and probably the entire world. It's a little bit chocolatey, very vanilla-y, bit salty, bit sweet. It's a real all-rounder and it is delicious. And this recipe today is taking all of those essential flavours, twisting them up to create a really delicious, soft, chewy cookie. It's my red velvet cookie recipe and it's really simple, so let's go. The first thing we need to do is to mix some of our dry ingredients together. So I have 200 grams of plain flour here, and I'm going to whisk that together with 20 grams of cocoa powder and 1 teaspoon of baking powder and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Now I'm going to put that to one side and get on with beating my butter and sugar together, and I have 115 grams of unsalted butter, which is nice and soft. And to that I'm going to add 150 grams of light soft brown sugar and 50 grams of caster sugar. And I'm going to beat those together briefly, just until it comes together. I don't want to make this too fluffy or anything. Now, to make my life a little bit easier, I'm going to mix some of the rest of my ingredients together, starting with 1 large free-range egg, which I'm just going to crack into a small bowl. And to that, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of natural yoghurt, and this is going to give these cookies a little bit of a tang, which red velvet is really famous for. Next, I'm going to put 1.5 teaspoons of good quality vanilla extract. And lastly, I'm going to be using a red food colour paste, and I have 1.5 teaspoons of it here. The paste is really good because it's really concentrated, so it's not going to mess with the consistency of my dough at all. So pop that in and give it a really good mix. And once that's really well mixed, just add that to your butter and sugar mixture and beat it until it's really well combined. Now I'm not trying to add any air here, I just want to mix this until it's a really nice smooth consistency before I add the flour. And once that's ready, just grab back the flour and cocoa mixture that you made earlier, whack that in and just fold it gently. And that's coming together nicely, so lastly I'm going to add 100 grams of chopped white chocolate or chocolate chips. Now, as you can see, it's quite a sticky dough, so it's quite difficult to work with at this point. So I am going to refrigerate this for about an hour so that it's much easier to roll into balls. So just whack some cling film on it, put it in the fridge. Now my cookie dough is chilling out in the fridge, but I came in early and made some already, and this stuff's been in the fridge for about an hour now, so it's time to roll into balls. And for that, I'm going to use gloves because there's quite a lot of food colouring in here and I don't want red hands. Now my perfect optimum ball amount is between 20 and 25 grams, so I've got my scales here and a little bit of greaseproof, and I'm just going to plonk what I think is 20 grams on there and then roll those to a nice, neat, tidy ball. And then just space them quite far apart on the baking sheet because they spread out quite a bit when they bake. So just keep on going until you've used all your mixture, and if you don't want to use all your mixture, this will keep in the fridge for a week or two, well wrapped, and also you can freeze it. Just bring it back to room temperature before you roll it. So that's half my dough all rolled into balls, and there's 15 here, so this mixture will make about 30 cookies. And now it's time to bake them. So I am going to bake them at 175 degrees C for 10 to 12 minutes. My cookies are out of the oven and they're cooling down, and they're still a little bit warm, which is exactly how I like to eat them. And I like to have 2 or 3 of these with a glass of milk. They're perfectly chewy and really soft in the middle. I caught them just in time and they are delicious. And actually, I think these would be really nice sandwiched together with a bit of cream cheese icing. So if you want to know how to make that, click the link now. Or you could just eat them as they are. Well, Well, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already to my channel, then please do by clicking on the link at the end. And if you make these, please tag me in your pictures on Instagram and Twitter by using the hashtag CupcakeJemma. See you next week. Bye.